In this video, I get used as a snooker ball as we go into the right-hander, and just how fast is this car in this banger of a race? Hello everyone and welcome back to a Gran Turismo video where we are in the Lexus LFA. So I've decided to go back into this race because this is a banger of a race if you didn't know this already. And we're going to try out the Lexus LFA and another car as well and see if we can have another two good races. So the LFA, a V10 engine in this. You know how much I love the V10 engine. As we head towards turn one, this is one of my tips for you here. Don't send it into turn one. Like Nacho there, just gets it wrong and then I can go through on the inside. But I just stayed back there, let Nacho do his thing, and then I continued on through. So I'm up into P13 already in this Lexus as we head into the tunnel. Now, brake balance wise, I'm using +5 in all the cars. I used it in the M3, using it in the Lexus LFA, and I'm also using it in the car I'm going to be using next as well. As we go down the inside here of Lawford, and that is up another position and up into P12. So we're staying with the fight of the BMW M3s. Of course, that is the best car here at the moment. As we go onto the straight, then I'm looking towards that left-hand side of Mr. Who. As we continue on now, they're in the slipstream. I'm in no slipstream right now, and you can see how much that slipstream has an impact then. So Mr. Who goes towards that inside to defend the position, and as we head into the hairpin here at Trial Mountain. Now, if you've not actually started or had a go at this race, I highly recommend you do. It is an awesome race, and you're going to see some more epic racing here right now. The BMW M3, of course, is the strongest car here. I knew that the second I started racing it. So a few people tried some others. Oh, we just got rear-ended there from behind. Huge, well, domino effect there, essentially. So not my fault, so I continued on racing here. And I think Lawford apologised for that, so it was Lawford's fault, but apologised instantly for it. Fair play for that. Said sorry. We continue racing. They're still behind me. It's all good. We all make mistakes. I always say this. It's when you make a mistake, it's how you rectify that mistake. Do you say sorry? Do you wait up? Or whatever it might be. And if you do that, it's absolutely fine. Now, somebody just sent it down the inside there. I saw them coming, so I gave them a bit of space there as we go through the right-hander then. That's Nacho then, who we overtook earlier on. And we've got a run on Mr. Who then as we go towards that right-hand side then. And to start lap number 2. Here we go then. Us versus, who's that now on our left? No, still Mr. Who. As we head towards turn number 1 then. We just back off here, go single file. Somebody sends it down into turn 1. We give them some room here as we continue on through. Status quo for now then. As we go through the left-hander then. And we're still behind Mr. Who here. We got Garner going down the inside then in towards the tunnel. I'm going to keep it around the outside then. Can I get this move done around the outside? Very hard to do here. Mr. Who accelerates in there. Just getting ahead of me here. It leaves me just enough space as well as we head into the right there. Mr. Who keeping that position really well defended from the Norwegian driver then as we fast forward now this little bit here. Get back into the racing action, of course, which always happens on this back straight. Lots of slipstreaming available here as we go past the German driver then. Mr. Who then goes past as well. We're actually going to look down the inside of the Norwegian driver as we go into here. Do we get it stopped? We do indeed. We're still on the inside line then. Can we accelerate through the corner and get ahead? Yes, we can. Up into P9 we go. What brilliant racing that was. That was a good old 2 laps of fun as we go to start lap number 3 then. Here we go. Well, we're overtaking all Lexus LFAs apparently. There's 1, there's 2. So that's us up into P7 with the BMW M3 up ahead. We're going to go into turn 1. Oh, it gets very close behind then. We do make it here. Go onto the back straight then. BMW M3's up ahead. We're going to go towards that inside of that very dented M3. Look at the dents on the rear of that car. That's been in some wars. As we head towards the hairpin once again. They go defensive then. We're going to try round the outside. There's 3 of them here. I didn't even notice there was 3. We've got Dav up ahead as well. We see Dav in a lot of videos as well as we continue on through here. But we don't overtake any of the M3s. In fact, we get done by a Lexus here. As we've got Murdoch there as we go into the right-hander. I'm not sure what's going on here. Last tune of M3s will take 2 positions then. Both Lexuses through. What is that, a Lexi? Is that a multiple Lexuses? I'm not too sure. As we go into the left-hander then. So we're in P6, of course. It's where we always end up. I realise that. It's Steve's cursed position as we go into lap number 4. And here we go. We're in the slipstream of Mercod here then. It's Mercod then as we go towards the left-hand side. But again, they're in the slipstream. And this is where you see the slipstream work the best because obviously you're going faster, harder into the air. So if there's nowhere to hit, you go quicker. Plain and simple with slipstream as we go into the left-hander then. And Murcod there goes on through. We're still behind Dav here, still in that 6th place position. But what a race we've had so far. Lap number 4. We're still going strong in this race. Now, there's lots of weaving going on up ahead. Dav's following the weave there as we head towards turn 1. And again, I'm not going to go for it here. I'm just going to let off a little bit here, stay behind Dav, and then react accordingly where I need to. So going into turn number 1 then, and turn number 2. I can see Dav's got it a bit wrong. So I'm setting up now for the cutback. That was my goal here. Dav unfortunately goes completely off, so we just get that position without the need to really go aggressive there into the tunnel. Up into P5 then, we've got Sessur up ahead. Lexus has really got away there of Murcod as we go in to the right then. And continue on through. But what a race this is. Honestly, I can't believe how good this race actually is. When I watched it on the World Finals, I was like, okay, road cars. I've been in a road car race at World Finals, if you remember back to Paris. I think I was in an M3 actually. As we continue on towards the left-hand side of that M3 then. And we are in the slipstream. The Lexus giving me the slipstream there. Thank you, mate. I appreciate that. Thank you to the Italian up ahead. Grazie. As we go in to the left-hander then, slowing it down nicely. So yeah, I did a road car race in Paris, I believe it was, for the Nations Cup. And that was actually quite close in terms of racing, apart from a Ford GT, which weirdly, there was a Ford GT in this. That was nowhere near close. And yeah, that got taken out, of course. So, it's not too bad, this race. Oh, well, that's a bit bad, though. What was that all about, then? By the switch driver. That wasn't very neutral, was it? Just literally goes on the inside, taps my rear, sends me round. But I managed to hold it as we continue on through here. Now, I was flashing away there. Wasn't too happy with that move. It wasn't the greatest move at all here. As we get in the slipstream then. And we're going to be on the outside, heading towards turn 1. Very dangerous place to be here. Can we get past? We do indeed. We are past as we go into the left-hander. Oh, we get tapped as well. They've gone way too deep. We've gone through, and we do survive that interaction then with no damage as well on the rear. That's always good, isn't it? So we go on Murcod here then, in towards the hairpin. Just looking down the inside. I felt I wasn't alongside enough there. I was trying to back out of it as we continue on through. But they're going to hit the barrier there. So we're going to go around the outside of the Lexus driver up into P3, and we give them a bit of space on the inside. Very hard to do in these cars because it just wants to understeer when the weight's not in the right place there. But we are up into P3 now as we continue on down in towards the left-hander. So we've got one more lap to go. Looking like a podium so far. The P2 and P1 driver have gone there, haven't they? 5.2 and 12 seconds respectively ahead of me here as we go towards the chicane. Hard on the brakes then. Is Murcod going to go for it? No, not quite. We're going to use a lot of that inside curb there. That looked a bit like too much to me, if I do say so, as we go through the right-hander. There it is, a 1 second penalty given for track limits. Bit harsh in my opinion. Really is a bit harsh because you have to oversaw the car to even make that, but it's what it is. I'm over the white lines. It's track limits. It's a penalty. We know the rules here. As Murcod then goes on by the Italian. And it looks like they're going to be keeping that place as we go into turn 1. Just holding that weight nicely in the car as we go through these corners. It's all about balancing the car here. Letting off. Trying to get the car tucked in on every single apex as we continue on through then. We're going to advance towards the line where we're going to have a sip of our cup of tea. There we go. And we are going to finish in P4. But what a quality race that was. I don't normally get these kind of races, really in daily races at all, to be honest with you, where it's just constant action from, well, green lights to flag, essentially. And it's beautiful. It really is beautiful. So, I went again, of course. Now I picked a different car this time, a Lamborghini Diablo GT. Now this, I would argue, is probably up there in terms of 3rd or 4th quickest car out of all the cars that you were able to select. By the way, if you're not subscribed, you just saw the graphic, subscribe to the channel. We've got the special coming up, of course, with a video of what is going to be happening coming out on Saturday, hopefully, as we head towards turn 1. Now, I did notice that the Lamborghini did struggle at the start here. Didn't really get good acceleration as we continue on through here. Lawford's gone really deep into this corner, so I knew what was coming. I'm going to try and go for the cutback, but that M3 can carry a bit more speed than this Lamborghini. It feels very heavy, this Lamborghini. Very heavy indeed. And I did notice that on straights, it is a little bit quicker than the BMW. So faster on the straights, a bit worse in handling. So you could argue it's pretty fair in the grand scheme of it, but I would argue as well, it probably needs a tiny bit of weight taken off, or maybe a little bit more power, whichever one would be better to just bring it that tiny bit closer. Now look up ahead. What is going on here? Everybody is absolutely everywhere. What on earth is going on there? We're behind Lexus here as we go into the right-hander. We've got BMW M3s for days up ahead there, all in silver. as we continue on through. I did say silver. You know, in the actual race at the World Finals, it was blue. So I'm not sure why the difference of colour. But even so, through the left we go and continue on out of there. We've not really gained anything at the moment in this Lamborghini Diablo as we head down hard onto the brakes. Now, I will say this with this race. Gran Turismo need to lock this race away. Lock it away and then use it again in the future. It's a brilliant race as the Hungarian goes down the inside of Ghana then as we continue on out of there. Let's see the pace of this Lamborghini Diablo then. We're in close quarters with the Lexus and BMW as we go towards that right-hand side. We're going to be 3 wide heading towards turn 1. 3 wide is not the way to go here for turn 1. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just back out of this completely, let everybody go as we go into here. So just avoid whoever's on the inside there. Garner decides not to avoid anybody there and just chucks me off annoyingly there as we go into left. So I'm trying to control the car. They're trying to control their car as well, to be fair. You're welcome for putting your car straight there, as I did, you know. Kind soul that I am, I put your car back in a straight line as we continue on through. So we're back down to P14, frustratingly. So we haven't gained anything from that as we are on lap 2 now then going into this right-hander. Unfortunately, up ahead, Garner's deciding to go, well, for a new layout here at Trail Mountain. We'll call it the Trail Mountain Extra Long Circuit because it goes right and then it's going to have to come back on at some point. But yeah, we carry on with this race now. Look at the speed of this Lamborghini Diablo. It is fast in a straight line. It really is. As we continue on by the Lexus and that BMW that we passed before that. And we're up into P11. Now, I will say with this with the Lamborghini, it's still competitive enough you can have a race with. Some of the other cars aren't quite competitive, and I am going to investigate that as we go through the week. So do expect maybe another video here at some point because it is a banger of a race. Let's be real here. It's an absolute banger. So we can go to lap number 4. We've broken that gap behind now as we head over here. Ooh, at the rear going a little bit on the Lamborghini. And 2 cars. Well, they're in the wall. We're up to P9. We'll take those positions. Big crash there, including the driver in the previous race who just tapped my rear end there. That's Sir Driver from Switzerland. So they've gone. Speaking of gone, we've got an Italian, Axel. They've gone towards the left. Oh, was that Hungarian? Sorry, I may have got the wrong flag there. I'm looking at this from quite a distance. I do apologise if that's the case. Now, we've got Dav up ahead in the BMW M3. Look at the speed difference between these 2 cars. It is absolutely ginormous here as we head in towards the hairpin and looking to slow the car down. We just hit the limiter a little bit there. That's the little cheat you can do in road cars, of course, just using engine braking for days. I have to lift off a little bit here. Davi's still there. I've got to give a leave. Well, I've got to leave a bit of room there, haven't I, for Dav? And Dav's going to keep that position for now then. Brilliant racing here with the French driver. I do have some good races with Dav, sometimes on the weekly race guide, sometimes in other races as well. This being an other race right now, and it's all good stuff. As we continue out of here then, let's see the power of this Lamborghini Diablo once again on the start finish straight, and we're about to start the penultimate lap here. So we're going to go towards that right side. On the outside, we are going to be ahead of this BMW M3 before turn 1. It's fast, ladies and gentlemen. It is fast. If you can control it, it's a good car to use here to overtake, at least as we go through the right, then into that left, controlling the weight of the car very nicely indeed. As we go towards the final lap then, about to start lap number 7. We have a Hungarian driver in that Lexus LFA up ahead. What we're going to do here, again, letting off, not going to send it into turn 1. Very dangerous place to send it. And you see there, they've just got it wrong going into that corner, and they're just taking it nice and cautiously. Good sportsmanship there. They could have really got a bit more aggressive, maybe kept that position, but they were aware that I was around, so they were a bit cautious about it. So fair play to you as we go into this left-hander then, side by side with the Lexus LFA. Can we escape them a little bit here? We leave that corner. We're so close. Going to go hard on the brakes there, and we are head up into, well, yeah, P6. Of course we are. Hey, would it be any other position? No, that is the answer. So we're going to head towards the line then, and P4 and 5 very close together on the line. I know they said they had a very good race indeed. Both those drivers, Nacho and what was that, Pidra Photobria? Sorry, I saw your name there as I changed it through. We came home P6 in the Lamborghini Diablo. Once again, I just have to say, what a fantastic race this is. If you haven't tried this race out already, make sure you do. I'm going to be trying it out again with some of the other cars as well to check them out. But PD, lock this setup away and use it again in the future. This is a banger. Some adjustments maybe needed on some cars, or slight adjustments, save it, go for it. That's going to be it for me though, folks. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in another video or live stream again very soon.